Northern Illinois and Buffalo, the second game on Wednesday night in MACTION. Northern Illinois, 1.5 point road favorites, 63.5 the total in this game. Northern Illinois has definitely exceeded my expectations. I did not think much of this team coming into the year, and it really started with beating Georgia Tech in the first game of the year, and they've had some impressive results. And here in MAC play, been very good, beating Eastern Michigan, Toledo, Bowling Green, Central Michigan. They lost by 5 on the road at Kent State. That's the only loss they've suffered in conference play. And then they bounced back with that thrilling win by a point at the final play of the game, with the game-winning field goal to beat Ball State 30-29. So it has been a great run for Northern Illinois. And look, even Rocky Lombardi's played solid at the quarterback spot. However, it's the run game that's really been key for them. Although Lombardi's picked it up. His overall passing numbers ain't good, Connor, but the last 3 games, like look at the last 3 games. They're averaging 382 passing yards, Northern Illinois. For the year, they're just averaging 212. So he's picked it up, Lombardi. We got to give him credit. He's not that same Michigan State, Rocky Lombardi that was just absolutely horrendous. He's played better. They're running the football well. Also, this Northern Illinois team averaging, 107. They've actually got way more balance. Early in the year, for the entire year, they're throwing the ball an average of 27 times a game, running it 45 times a game. The last 3 games, all MAC play, they're rushing 43 times a game on average and throwing it 41 times a game. So it's a lot more of a balanced offense now, and that's because they have more faith in Lombardi in the passing game now, as he's played better the last few weeks throwing the football. The Buffalo Bulls, a team that I thought would regress this year, wouldn't be as good, and man, it's playing out that way now. 4-6. Leipold took so many of his key players from Buffalo with him to Kansas. It's a team that, especially in the trenches, kind of starting over this year. They've got a mediocre quarterback in Kyle Van Treese. The run game, which he needs to be effective, hasn't been as good this year for the Buffalo Bulls. They're sort of trending in the wrong direction. They've lost 2 in a row to Bowling Green at home, blown out by Miami O last week, 45-18. It's been a struggle for them. They've lost every good MAC team pretty much. Bowling Green, Miami O, Kent State, Western Michigan. They barely beat Ohio by a point, and then they beat Akron. That's the one good blowout win they've had, Buffalo. Other than that, it's been a struggle for Buffalo. And for Northern Illinois, they can clinch the MAC West division with one more win. So you got to expect Northern Illinois is ready for this game. Now, they're going to have another opportunity next week if they lose this game, but I don't think Buffalo's playing well enough to beat this team right now. So I'd only look at the Huskies here as slight road favorites. What do you think here, C-Mac?
I think this is a tricky game here. Northern Illinois, you talked about, exceeded a ton of expectations. Rocky Lombardi, for what he's done there, has just been really good. I was sitting there with my dad. I go, this guy was horrible at Michigan State. We were watching the game. He goes, yeah, it's just the MAC, though. That's why he's doing so. Still, I got to give him credit. I mean, the whole team's played well. And they've won close games. So looking from this side, Buffalo's just been horrible. The last 2 games they've lost. They are at home. They've been a little better at home. Northern Illinois has won a ton of close ball games. They've won 2 games by 1, a couple games by 2, and that Kent State loss was by 5, and that was a shootout, 52-47 at Kent State. The lean's Northern Illinois. If you like them, don't worry with the 1.5. Just take a money line, here in this spot. But now this is a Northern Illinois team that would always be catching points in this spot. Even though they're laying just favorites at 1.5, I'd be just a tad bit leery. I think they're the better football team. I'd only be on that side, but this could be a tough one. To get this done would be big for them.
Yeah, no doubt. And they finished the season with Western Michigan at home, and they'd have another chance, and which would be
a flat spot, maybe, huh?
Yeah, potentially. I agree. I think that is a concern here for me, but I don't know. You shouldn't be flat when you have a chance to win the MAC West division right now and punch your ticket right now. Why wait till next week against Western Michigan? Just because you're at home and playing Western Michigan, don't fritter away chances to win a division and get to a MAC championship game. Get it done tomorrow night if you're Northern Illinois. And from what I'm seeing, Kyle Van Treese is banged up and may not start. It might be Matt Myers at quarterback, and he's another guy that's been there forever at Buffalo. And if he's so good, why hasn't he beaten out this Van Treese kid who's not all that good?
He's not good. Yeah,
no,
he's
Matt
not.
Myers isn't that good. They got quarterback issues, Buffalo. the bottom line. And definitely a big step back. Remember, this team was in the MAC championship game last year, and they've been one of the best teams in this conference the last few years, and just nowhere close to that this year so far.